Hello, good day, beautiful people. I am the Inspirational Lady Noble 365 Tarot. Okay, welcome to my channel. I greatly appreciate you being here. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. I trust you will love this vibe. And everything you need to know about me is in the description below. This will be past, present, or future. You or someone around you. So take what resonates and leave the rest for someone else. This is a general read. This is not a personal read. If you like a personal read, check out the description below, and I'll be happy to assist you with doing so. Um, Remember that tarot is a tool, is not to find a rule. If I haven't said that once, I'm saying it twice, but I'm saying it nice. All are welcome on this channel and all contributions are highly appreciated. Okay. Today, collective, we're starting off with the Eight of Wands here. I have the Eight of Wands, and this is information and energy coming towards you. Energy coming towards you that could possibly assist you in clearing out some energy, clearing out some old energy. I'm picking up that it's time to let some things go in your life, okay? It's time to like really let them go and not even be in the Two of Wands, like contemplating and shouldn't I, with these brooms, this energy you see here. Brooms are for cleaning, for sweeping things away, clearing things out. And so this Eight of Wands is going to be very beneficial to the collective, very helpful. And I'm hearing therapeutic, okay? No, I'm not a licensed medical physician. This is not medical advice, okay? I'm speaking metaphorically, but this energy here, you're going to be very glad and thankful that you have chose to respond and surrender. There is judgment taking place. Things are being weighed in your life on what needs to go and what needs to stay. So that's what the Eight of Wands energy is about. And there's time, in this time, there's a need for you to just reflect and have an understanding that this is going to be a good choice for you. This could be a relationship. This could be a friendship. This could be a job. Maybe you're working somewhere where you're unsatisfied, where you're finding yourself to be overwhelmed with stress, okay? Or maybe you feel they're not paying you enough, okay? And Spirit is saying not for you to go and resign, but to at least put your irons in the fire, aka look for work elsewhere, okay? If you're unsatisfied in a relationship, move on. There's no conversation that needs to be had. Um, you just simply need to make the choice because judgment is being called and it's weighing too much on your heart. It's depleting you. It's taking away from you. Having joy in your life, they're saying, is taken away from you. Mhm. And so this situation is old. Maybe you're someone who's been coming home, complaining with the death card here. All right. So it clearly says salmonella right there. So this jar is old. You see the bug. So what's in here is no longer fresh. It's not tasty. It cannot be utilized. So basically, whatever the situation is that you need to let go, collective, it is something that is unhealthy for you. And staying in the situation will not help you. It will hinder you. Okay. And it also will create blockages in your life, meaning new energy won't arrive because you have to be willing with the Eight of Wands to clear out and sweep out all the old energy. And so you have to be in agreement to separate. And if it's a person or a relationship or people, this means severing ties and never communicating for any reason. This means cutting ties like a clean cut, like snip, snip. Okay, this doesn't mean, get into a confrontation, telling somebody why you don't like them, because all that is a waste of energy and it keeps you in a loop. Having the ping pong conversations and the back and forth arguments with anyone, it will throw you in a karmic loop, psychologically speaking. That's another video. But within that, it's never a good idea. You can announce and let the person know, look, it's not working. I'm going my way, you go yours. But there's no need to go back and forth. They're saying, for example, if you have a living spouse and you've been unsatisfied, you've been unsatisfied for the past 5 years, and you spent 5 years arguing, fighting, complaining, accusing them of cheating. You just don't get along with each other. You've grown apart, and the feeling is mutual. You both feel the same. There's no need to stay and argue about anything. The only choice need to be made is I'm about to get my things, okay, and where I'm going next, okay? Whether that's a housing situation, whether you have to live with someone temporarily, whether you have to look for a place, There's no need. When you're really honest about leaving any unhealthy situation, you're not going to stay and argue or try to create a confrontation with that person. You're going to get your things and move forward because there's no conversation to be had. It's no good. There's nothing there. And whomever you are that see this, I'm pretty sure a lot of people will see this video. They know who they are. This could be a marriage that you are in and you're hanging on to because you're giving yourself a bunch of excuses. Okay? Well, you may hate the message, but I love you anyway. And I mean that. And that's no sarcasm. Okay? This is the message and I have to distribute it. You're telling yourself reasons why you have to stay in that marriage or that relationship or that friendship or a business partnership. It could be many different things going on. Or on that job where they're getting on your nerves and you're 5 minutes from slapping somebody. And so, like I said, it doesn't mean quit within the next 24 hours. Spirit is saying simply put your arms in the fire. Be looking for other employment. Maybe you don't like the housing where you're at. If you don't like your housing situation, figure out what kind of housing situation do you want? How much it costs and what is it going to take for the collective to get there, and put your energy, towards working towards that. Okay. And so spirit is saying there's no need to trick yourself because you're not fooling anyone. It's like you're tricking yourself, but you can't fool God. Okay. You can't fool the divine. You can't continue to complain and worry other people about how unhappy you are, complaining about your relationship, you know, your husband, your wife, your man, your woman, your job, your landlord, whatever it is, and want to do no changes towards it. Just as much energy of talking about it can be put towards making some kind of change to better your situation in whatever way that works for you. And so, people give themselves excuses why they should stay in unhealthy situations. If the bad outweighs the good, it's time to go. Nobody's relationship is perfect, but if you really don't like each other like that, it's time to go. And I'm picking up on someone's energy where you and your spouse possibly not even barely sleep together. So, I mean, it's time to go. That couch, has seen you or your spouse more than look. I'm gonna pull another card. And the really, when you say, oh, we have children, I have to say, well, now you're projecting and inflicting negative energy onto the offspring, because any child, even a newborn baby, can feel the energy of a household that has imbalance or toxicity. When just because that's a small baby or an infant, don't think that child does not feel the turmoil or the darkness, the heaviness that's in that house. That energy can be felt and it can be very impactful. So when people say, I'm staying for the kids, no, you're not. You're just telling yourself that. It's time to cut ties. It's time to cut ties. Take the L. It's only temporary. You can bounce back. You can bounce back. There is no reason to spend your life unhealthy and just miserable and unhappy. Just unhappy. Yeah, because eating from this jar would be unhealthy, okay? It says everything expires. It says death. Everything expires. Real salmonella. Look, everything expires. Spirit is saying everything gets old. Like when I speak on how, as we move forward, everyone's desires will change. Not just with relationships, with everything. It is natural for your desires to change. The idea of thinking that something or someone is going to stay the same forever is ludicrous. Ludicrous. Your desires are going to change, and that's natural. There's nothing wrong with that. And it doesn't make a person a bad person because their feelings change. They used to like strawberry ice cream. Now they don't. They like lemon chiffon. Okay, or maybe they want the Reese's Pieces ice cream. Or maybe they want frozen yogurt. Black cherry preferably. Or peppermint chocolate chip. Okay, you can tell I want a snack, but moving on. It's normal for a person's desires to change. It doesn't mean that they're a bad person. It's normal. It's normal. But fighting it and pretending like things aren't changing. See how that plunger is on that wall, but this person is on this bike trying to move forward. You're inflicting stagnation onto yourself. Okay? You have to have the courage. You have to have the courage to go ahead, put that plunger down, and move forward so that you can move into your energy of being happy, of enjoying the bliss, what is meant for you. Step into your leadership abilities. You are resilient. You are resourceful. Doesn't matter how long you have been in a particular situation. It doesn't mean that you can't start over. It's okay to start over. Age has nothing to do with it. It's okay to start over. Look how you see those people going back to get their PhD. And it doesn't matter what age they are. They be in their 60s, in their 70s. Age doesn't matter. All that matters is that those people are brave enough and courageous enough to conquer their dreams and not allow the little things to get in the way, and not allow themselves to perish from planet Earth with the should have, would have, could have theory. Oh, I wonder what would have happened if I would have. I wonder what would have happened if I could have. Bet on you. Bet on you. Bet on you. Take time with you. Hermit energy. You or someone could have a Virgo in their chart. Bet on you. You're not here to give yourself nothing. We all have multiple gifts. We all are born with multiple gifts. It is up to us individually to choose to tap into our gifts and our power. You do have a say-so in what you will experience and what you won't experience, what you will tolerate and what you won't. But the say-so is not having a confrontation with your spouse. It's being able to identify it and remove yourself and be honest and say, well, I see this isn't for me, and move on. Act like water and move on. Kick rocks, blow bubbles, spit dust. And go to scissors again. It's time for somebody to cut ties. Confirmation. The 9 of Swords. Worry, insomnia, suffering. It's time to cut ties because you are suffering. You can get angry at the message, but you are suffering. And so, through this channel message, I'm being told to convey because somebody needs to hear this. You need to hear the confirmation that it's time to let it go. And this is something that has been playing out in your mind back and forth for a long time, possibly several years. I need to get out of this. I need to let this go. I sure need to move. I sure need to let this go. I sure need to change jobs. I can't wait till this over with. I need to get out of this. I need to get out of this. How long? No one's going to reward you. No one's going to give you a gold star for staying in an unhealthy situation. No one is coming to reward you for that. Some people think that. So that's for somebody who needs to hear that. There's someone who's thinking that. If you notice, and only you know your story, what I'm about to say, things get worse and worse as you move forward. It's not getting better. That's who this reading is for. It says everything expires. And it says this is real. That's what it says. Judgment. Things are being weighed. You do have options. Cut ties. Go within. This could represent your ancestor. This could represent source, the divine. Or the power that you need to step into. Tap into the Christ within. Maybe a spiritual bath will help. Maybe that could help. You don't want to perish from planet Earth with the shoulda, woulda, coulda theory. You want to give yourself a shot. at these options. And the only way that can be done is after you remove yourself from the situation. The death card in the upright, that is Scorpio placement. Okay? That represents transformation. This represents Scorpio. Transformation is in the upright. A change. So once you surrender, that's when the options will arrive. Whether it's work, you can work on that now with applying to other places of employment. Whatever your desires are, apply for those places. You don't need permission to put in a resume or application. You don't need to announce what you're doing either. Somebody's getting on the phone, letting somebody know where they're going and where they about done. Spirit is saying just apply. You don't need nobody in your business while you handling your business. Somebody need to hear that. There could be somebody that you're talking to just before you go on an interview or just before you go put that application in or open your laptop to upload that resume that could be throwing energy at you. And they can be doing that with their thoughts. You're confiding in somebody and with their negative thoughts about you, their energy is tainting your ability to receive a change or a positive response. You don't have to share everything with everybody. You can apply for a job on your own. Don't nobody need to know what you're doing. You don't have to announce that. You ain't got to announce everything that you're doing. Keep something private. Keep something to yourself. Somebody is actually getting on the phone complaining. I don't know if this is before you go to work or after you get off work, you coming home, maybe pouring you a drink and you're talking to somebody. It could be a coworker, a friend, a family member, and you're telling them your next moves, where you're going to apply to, and all while you're talking to them, they're having negative thoughts. I'll put it like that. Their energy, that's how energy works. Yes, that's how energy works. Their energy does not need to be on the process of your application being approved, on the process of that company calling you for an interview. Their energy does not need to taint what you have going on. And the only way to avoid that is for you to keep your mouth shut. Because somebody is being like a hater. That just came out of nowhere. That's the message, baby. Somebody's being a real hater. You know who you are. You know who you come home and talk to on the phone. People want to vent. Ooh, let me take these shoes off, get me a shower. Ooh, pull me a drink. Ooh, child, let me tell you what happened today. Whoever you are talking to, they cannot be trusted. There's some concern about you just maybe becoming, or you may try to become the Queen of Pentacles. This is comfort, being down to earth and material wealth. This person is concerned about you having access. This person, and this may be the person you need to let go to transform your life, stop all communication. They're concerned about you having options and having material wealth and being abundant and comfortable. They're concerned about you feeling secure. Someone you are confiding in, collective. You got to stop telling people your business. You can talk to people, but don't talk about your business. Talk about everything but your next move. And I bet you feel the difference. What you doing today? I don't know. What you cooking today? I don't know. They might try to throw some energy at your food. I'm serious. I don't know. What happened on that date last night? Nothing. What date? It ain't even happened. We got to keep your business to yourself. You telling too much. This person does not like you. They're pretending. They pump faking. There are people out here that miserable, collective. They will pretend like they're your friend. They will pretend like they have your highest good in regard. They will pretend because they are miserable and lonely. Listen to your information, your business, and you're the topic of the discussion. You're the one that they're feeding off of your energy each time that you connect with them. Yeah. You're like an energy supply. Every time you call them complaining with the Five of Pentacles, you call them complaining or telling them your next move, who you dating, who you going out with, what happened at work. Or you planning to leave your man or your woman and when you going to do it and how you going to do it. Or you dating somebody new and where they work at. You're giving out too much information. Stop giving people the directions to come sabotage you. Cut that out. I wouldn't tell a ninja nothing. Mm-mm. Cut that out. I don't like that. They want to mess up your manifestations. They trying to mess you up. Stop talking to this person. And you know who you are and you know who they are. Cut it out. They don't believe in reciprocity. They don't. They don't. But they worried about good fortune. They worried about you having good fortune. They're worried about you having options. And they worried about you having material wealth. This is bothering somebody strong. And they keep keying, cracking jokes with you. Ooh, we probably even come to your house, eat your food. And they do not really like you, boo. Message. Message. This concludes the read. I trust and hope that it assists you for your highest good. Later.